Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Dark. This is the 4th episode of the 1st season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just clicking it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode was interesting. It was basically in the past. It was called Past and Present, but the most of the episode was in the past, and it was Mikhail, obviously in 1986. He's going around, he's trying to find his parents. He's encountered loads of people that we've seen in the present, and we actually had very interesting side-by-side profiles of them. You know, we basically relived what happened in the past. You know, that guy coming, he was saying it's happening again. The same thing, it's happening again. And we actually seen some of the stuff that was happening back in 86. We seen the birds falling. We seen sheep getting slaughtered or killed. I don't know actually what happened. The guy who's actually doing an autopsy on the sheep, he basically said that the eardrum canals have been severed. And obviously we did learn earlier on in one of the episodes that if you lose your ability to hear up and down or whatever, you lose your balance, and obviously they're all falling over. And basically he said as well, if a couple of sheep start dying, the others start panicking and they all kind of like fall in suit as well. So that was interesting. But it was good to see the side profiles of the characters in the past in 86 and here in the present, obviously, from the first 2 episodes. Now, I want to see what happens with Mikhail. Is he going to get back? He was so close as well. He was like on the edge. He was at the door. He could hear his dad banging. He was trying to get through the nuclear plant door. He was on the other side. He was shouting. His dad heard it, but he didn't actually know it was his son. He went out, and then we had a good shot of one sat in front of the cave and the other one sat in front of the cave as the episode was kind of ending. It was very interesting, and I can't wait to see what we're in store for us today. Thanks for checking it out. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Als die Höllenschlunde des Universums hineinfällt, verschwindet dort mit den Dingen auch Raum und Zeit? Oder wären Raum und Zeit in einem ewigen Kreis miteinander verbunden? Tick-Tack.
Unless it was him that made the machine. Double lives. Do you reckon that the affair is going to be outed? Oh, they don't live in the same bedroom.
Da bist du ja, du blöde Kuh. Wo ist mein roter Lippenstift? Vielleicht kannst du die beiden da oben verarschen. Mit deinen runden Kulleaugen und deiner mitleidserregenden Taubstummnummer. Aber mich verarschst du nicht.
Ist dein Ranzen gepackt? Ich fahr dich. Ja, wegen Mickel. Ich bespreche keine Polizeiarbeit mit dir.
Du kannst dich ständig abhauen.
Ich muss es ihm sagen. Ich muss es ihm sagen. Es muss aufhören.
Was muss aufhören?
Yeah, I have to tell him it has to stop.
Schon vor Wochen ist in der Kleinstadt Winden ein 15-jähriger Junge auf mysteriöse Weise verschwunden. Und nun alarmiert ein weiterer Vermisstenfall die Bürger der Stadt. Es ist in den letzten Monaten vermehrt zu Stromausfällen gekommen.
Alright, she's going to be checking what the camera's been recording. That's going to be interesting, that.
Ich habe etwas beschlagnahmt. Das ist ein gewaltiger Unterschied.
Well, I mean, police can confiscate evidence, can't they? But that's what she'd have to play with. This is evidence. I'm trying to look and see if got something from Mikhail. Oh yeah, that's that guy.
Wer ist das? Ihr macht was?
It's a cute art there.
Ich müsste mal auf Toilette.
Ja. Ja, klar.
Gibt's was Neues wegen dem Jungen? Mickel? Wie vom Erdboden verschwunden.
Nee, nicht Mickel. Der tote Junge.
Imagine if it was Mads, actually. Imagine that.
Nein. Diese Flecken auf dem Gefieder habe ich schon mal gesehen. Vor 33 Jahren.
33 sheep as well, 33 years ago. I don't know if that number is relevant. Wonder what he's looking for, because we have no idea what the map actually says.
Ich möchte, dass du nochmal durch die Vermissten-Datenbank gehst. Diesmal nimm auch ältere Anzeigen auf. Vielleicht ist er ja schon lange verschwunden. Überprüfe die letzten 15 Jahre, okay?
Mate, I'm literally thinking it's mad, but again, that's just a random hunch.
Charlotte hat angerufen. Es gibt immer noch keinen Durchsuchungsbefehl für das AKW. Sind jetzt fast 36 Stunden, Ulrich.
36 hours is a long time, innit? As the days goes on, you just constantly just be thinking about it.
Bist du mit der Datenbank schon durch?
Nein.
Warum fragst du mich da nach Reifenprofilen?
Doesn't really technically mean anything, does it? Just because he was driving past at the time. He was crying though.
An dem Abend, als Mikkel verschwunden ist, hast du angerufen. Ich hatte einen Anruf in Abwesenheit. Und
ich habe nie gefragt, was du wolltest. Was wolltest du?
Ich glaube, ich wollte einfach nur Bescheid geben, dass ich später aus der Praxis komme.
am Montag warst du die ganze Zeit in der Praxis.
Ich habe Protokolle geschrieben. Den Abend bis ungefähr 10.
Okay.
Okay.
He's a bit sketchy, this guy, though. I don't really understand, like, truly what he is. I know that, like, he's been a therapist to Jonas, but, like, why is he... I don't know, I've seen him crying at one point or something, and I was just thinking, like, why? Like, what's actually going on? And the fact is he not just made all that worse, so he had a bit of sand or tyre tracks there, or whatever it is, you know, residue, like, in his mat, and he's just flapped it against his car, rubbed it on his hands, wiped it on his face, picked his phone up, do you know what I mean? He's literally got it all over the place. But also, does his story not kind of match up? If he said that he was in the office until 10 o'clock, yeah? Dependent on when she screenshot that time, she had it between 20 and, you know, 9:30 and 10:30 on that sheet in front of her. So if he left at 10, if that's his path home, then he would be crossing it, wouldn't he, in that time frame? So I don't know, it could match up. But again, he should know that she's a detective and she works in the police, and, you know, she could easily check out his place of work, the cameras there, him to and from the car park or whatnot, to see if he actually was telling the truth. He must know that he's following her. Why is she come here? What, is it a phone? He'll never know. He just knows that she's doing something sketchy. Because she technically is. It feels like it anyway.
Ich möchte wissen, ob Peter Doppler einer ihrer Kunden war.
Oh.
Ist nicht nötig. Ich habe ein astreines Gedächtnis für Schwanz. Peter ist das gleich krumm wie eine eingelegte Gurke. Das fühlt sich komisch im Mund an, aber das wissen Sie
War er am Montag hier oder nicht?
Nein, er war schon seit über einem Jahr nicht mehr hier.
They're definitely not together then. Oh, you wouldn't be, would you, if you knew that he was sleeping around? He's determined to get in there, isn't he? He really is determined.
Der Anfang ist das Ende und das Ende ist der Anfang.
Die sollen ja hinterm Wald eine Leiche gefunden haben. Also, ich habe einen Freund in der Pathologie. Der hat gesagt, die ist ganz grausam verstümmelt.
He's gonna try and sneak in there in the showers when she's getting changed. Ah, right, the tire.
Ja.
Er hat das Gleiche.
Hat was?
Geplatzte Trommelfelle auf beiden Seiten. Gestorben ist er.
Weil er wahrscheinlich die Orientierung verloren hat und auf den Boden geknallt ist. Gebrochener Schädel. Aber sowas kommt wohl öfters vor. Elektromagnetische Felder stören das sensorische System.
Interessant.
Das kannst du laut sagen. Sonst noch was?
Nein.
Soll ich dich nach Hause fahren? Ich fahr dich schnell. Ist kein Problem.
I like her hat me. I just think of, what does a fox say every time.
Was?
Was ist das?
Was it money?
Das ist mein Geld.
Du bist eine brave Einsatzschülerin, aber das bist gar nicht du. Fängst du mal damit an, die Wahrheit zu sagen?
Du willst die Wahrheit? Meine Eltern schlafen seit einem Jahr in getrennten Betten. Meine Mutter hat rausgefunden, dass mein Vater in Wirklichkeit auf Schwänze steht.
Everybody's got some mad personal stuff going on in it. It's not just you. Even though it's his worst, he's lost his brother. Escalated quickly, that didn't it?
Ich habe gleich einen Patienten. Ich muss in die Praxis.
Hol sie einfach ab, okay? Vor einem Jahr hast du mir was versprochen. Wenn es irgendetwas gibt, was du mir sagen willst, dann...
Ich muss los, sonst komme ich zu spät.
I mean, it's not reassuring that for her, is it? To be honest. She found out that he was cheating on her, sleeping with people, and she took him back. You know, fair play in her, but never for me, mate. Never. Oh, I said that looked like a Twix. Who give that out?
Entschuldigung. Ich wollte Elisabeth abholen.
Clemens ist krank. Heute war nur bis 14 Uhr Unterricht.
Sicherheitspersonal hat ihn auf dem Gelände im Bereich der Höhlen gefunden.
Alright, it's gonna be Ulrich, innit? Yeah.
Hat sich nicht sehr kooperativ gezeigt.
Verständnis für deine Situation, wirklich jeder. Aber über den Zaun klettern?
Verständnis ist schön, danke. Das ist eine Strafe. Ich werde bestraft und über ein Verständnis, danke. Dein scheiß Verständnis, das kannst du dir sonst wohin stecken. Wo ist denn der Durchsuchungsbefehl? Halt an!
That rain is bouncing me, honestly, it really is.
Sie war nicht bei der Schule. Frau Clemens ist krank. Sie stand da nicht, sie war nicht da.
Well, if the parents didn't know that school finished an hour early or whatnot, then they can't really blame them. If he was actually on time, normal time, just then when he arrived. Yo, on this program, they don't shut the door. They never shut the door. Do you know what, right? Especially when you know what's happened to the kid that's obviously died. Mikhail's gone missing. Eric's been taken as well. Well, we've seen him being killed as well. And now your daughter's gone. You know what I mean? You're going to be fearing for the worst. You're not going to be thinking, oh, her hats fell off on the way home, or hopefully that she's been taken by a pet. Like, literally, your head is going to be absolutely spinning. And I was just saying there, you know, first of all, it should be the school's responsibility to tell the parents that, you know, class is no longer finishing at 3, it's finishing at 2. It shouldn't be reliant on the kid. It literally shouldn't. Also, though, the parents, if they arrived on normal time without having no warning that school was finishing early, I can't really blame them. Do you know what I mean? Because I was going to kind of say, well, technically, is that not her fault for not picking a kid up on time? And it's left her to obviously walk home. But if the school finished earlier than expected and these was never informed and they turned up at the actual right time, then it's not really their fault. Can't blame themselves, can they? But it's interesting because we didn't technically see what happened to her. We just seen her pick up that chocolate bar. And again, we've had that reference some point in the show before. I can't remember who it was or when it was, but quite a lot of things that are happening have been referenced or done numerous times.
Ich habe die ganze Klassenliste durch.
Told you, the worst. Mate, you'd be absolutely shitting your kecks, wouldn't you, if you lived in that town, knowing all these kids have gone missing in a short period as well. It's not as if it's been, like, ages. Is that guy going in there? Her sister's missing now. Her and that guy have got something in common. You know what I mean? Her sister's gone, his brother's gone.
Ich muss es ihm sagen. Muss aufhören.
Who's he got to tell, man? Oh, she's home.
Wo warst du denn? Dafür hast du so lange gebraucht?
Yes. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Ich will wissen, wer dir das geschenkt hat.
Who's Noah?
Ist Noah?
He's checking she's going to say about the red lipstick.
Hallo?
Open it.
Nein, sie ist wieder da. Gerade eben. Was? Ja, ich komme.
Charlotte. reckon he's going to give him some clues?
Die Wahrheit ist es gibt nur einen Weg durch alle Zeiten. Vorherbestimmt durch den Anfang.
Predetermined. Beginning and by the end.
Muss aufhören.
Wer muss aufhören?
Noah.
Oh, it's a new kid. It's a boyfriend.
Du musst Yasin sein.
He knows his name. See, do you know this person here that we're seeing? Like, the guy in the hood, right? Is that Noah? Right, for example... Well, that's clearly not Noah, because he's just said Noah sent me. But, like, is Noah in Jonas's bedroom, or is Noah somebody else? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to know. Because every time we kind of see a guy in a hood, the face isn't revealed, or it's the back of them, or they're in the dark, and you could just see the chin and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that guy then didn't see his face. You don't know if that's the same guy that was stood in Jonas's bedroom just then. Do you know what I mean? And he's come in, it looks like X has marked the spot on this map, you know, giving him a location to go to. They also said a few times in the episode that the beginning is the end, and then the end is now the beginning in certain areas. I don't really know what the reference into that as well, but it is interesting. You know, I thought the worst for that girl, to be honest. You know, when she was walking through, her hat was found there. Everything that's kind of been going on in the neighbourhood, especially the police that was searching the roads, you know, they was obviously trying to find her as well. I just thought that she was a goner, if I'm being totally honest. But now looking back and reflecting on it, we've only ever seen lads be taken, haven't we? So I don't know if that's a consistent theme, or... But you've got this guy now, and then obviously you've got Eric, who's dead, the first guy that's unidentified, and Mikkel. You know what I mean? 4 boys in 4 episodes as well. And it's not as if they're happening in a long period of distance between each other. It's happening dead close and dead tight. You would think that they're either... Well, first of all, I know that he said that he wanted to go to school on his own, just him then, when he was walking, having a stroke, that his parents was telling him to do something. But you would think that they would force them to be taken on their own. You know what I mean? Especially when you know that this crazy stuff's going on out there, you'd be on 100% high alert. Your kids won't be allowed to go out the house. After school, back in straight away in the house. Yep, to school, taking him in the car, picking him up, back home, stay in the house. You wouldn't let them out. I wouldn't let them out my sight, honestly. I really wouldn't. Didn't say anything about Mikkel this episode, and it was a little bit of, obviously, week in there, obviously trying to get into the power plant, but that was it. Do you know what I mean? We focused on other people. I kind of like it as well, you know. It's kind of spread. It's not focused on one person, hardcore. I actually thought the season was going to be quite a lot about Jonas and his family, especially, obviously, because we've seen his dad hanging himself at the start, and then, obviously, like we had them in episode 1. But to be honest, everybody's screen time has kind of been shared, so to me, that's always a good positive. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. 4 episodes in, 4 decent ones. It's not crazy action, to be honest, but, like, I'm fully engaged. I feel like they do it really, really well. Like, I'm not sat here thinking, yo, like, this is fast-paced, this is amazing, what's going on, loads of stuff. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, I wonder what's going on there. Why is it last episode I've got information, it's kind of been repeated here, or what reference does that chocolate bar have, or, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure that we've seen that person in that location there, and that saying's been heard before. Do you know what I mean? Does that have reference to this? That's kind of like what it is. It's getting your mind going. It's constantly guessing, trying to figure out what's what and who's who. I'm actually really enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? And now we're getting names dropped. Do you know what I mean? Noah, we need to stop him. And Noah was mentioned at the end there. Noah sent me. Well, he mustn't be Noah. His ark must be somewhere else. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really interesting to see actually what's going on there. And I was just saying a minute ago that we're spreading the load. You know, we're going through family to family. They keep going on about different things, you know what I mean? Mikkel was missing in the 2nd episode, I think it was. It might have even been the 1st, and then we've had Ulrich looking for him, and then we've not really, like, hardcore just been like, that's the storyline, that's the one we're going with. It's been like, bit of here, bit of there, this episode, little bit going on. Still got the thing with his wife, kind of thinking, like, what's going on with him, finding the hair on him and doing this and that, do you know what I mean? You could see that she's obviously concerned about a kid as well. She was sat in the bedroom the way he was slept in it as well. He jumped in the power plant, that's a mystery that's still going on. What is it they're doing? What's happened to them containers that we've seen in the past, you know, when the woman went down and he was all in the cave? You know, what was it that he was transporting in the present, you know, when it was locked off and he was stood there in the field with his torch and he was shining it on the back of the car? Do you know what I mean? Like, was he transporting those containers? Why is it so hush-hush? Why is it taking so long to get the court order to be able to go in there and have a look if his son's there? He was sat in the car, he was speaking to Charlotte, and he's basically saying, because it's my kid, it's not getting rushed through, but if it was his, it would. If it was yours, it would be. Do you know what I mean? Priorities. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's really interesting what's going on. I'm really enjoying it. Thanks for checking out today's episode. I can't wait for tomorrow's. If you did enjoy today's, please smash a like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.